Hi folks, today I thought I'd give you a bit of an insight into what I've got planned for the next few weeks and the next phase of this garage conversion sort of renovation part of this side of the house. So stick around and I will share my plans. Now, if you remember, this time last year I started on our garage conversion, and that involved essentially rebuilding the whole thing, but mainly the roof was the biggest part that needed to be sorted. That's what carries along here. Now, I've made an allowance when I did that and when I installed the EPDM roof to bring out this porch, and it'll continue on the same roof line. So the kind of foresight was there and the forethought was there, but I need to kind of get on and do it now, especially because winter is coming. So because we are adding a porch on here, it falls under permitted development, and there's a few limits and caveats on that, and the main one being it's 3 square meter limit as far as the external size of that building. And porches can be anything from just an open-sided canopy type porch to something that has got like cavity walls or whatever. You can choose the construction as such, but for us I'm going to do a little oak frame in here. I'm going to insulate it because although it will be outside of the main envelope of the house, it will kind of produce some extra living space for us because it's going to be like an entrance lobby, and we can get into both doors from it. Now, over on this side we've got the temporary plastic door that I've picked out of a skip, basically, at Mum and Dad's house. This will be a door that leads into the new utility area. I'll be using an oak double glazed door here, which I already have. I bought a bunch of them in a clearance sale at Homebase. So I've got options for there and there. So they're the sort of doors that will feel more like an internal door. They're nice and clear and an oak will tie in. But they still meet that criteria, which is you've got to have an external door between your house and the porch area. The slab, I'm going to build the building as such, the porch, on a raft type foundation. That's for a couple of reasons. One is it's fairly straightforward to do, in that I've already got this whole area of the house is built up with sub base, like a type 1 sub base anyway, so I haven't got to take out loads of soil and bring in and compact loads of sub base. So that's one reason, but the main one being that I've got several pipes that come under here. I've got my stack comes down here, I've got clay pipes going across and from this utility room, and I've also got my water mains coming in. And when I laid the water mains, I allowed for a building here, and I ran it all in kind of 100mm or 4-inch soil pipe as like a conduit, which is what the guy suggested, the inspector. So I'm just going to lay a small slab on top of here. We'll go deeper on the edges. I've got some steel mesh, we'll put that in there as well. So very much the same as what I've done for the workshop. So the plan is to keep all the natural light that we get. It's kind of west facing, so we get nice evening light through here. So we're going to make sure that we've got a set of glazed doors along here. Jury's out on what we're going to do there, whether it's going to be a French door type setup, whether it's going to be a single glazed door with a couple of lights either side, glazed panels either side, or perhaps a sliding door. But either way, we want it to either be timber doors, or potentially, if it was a sliding door, we could get an aluminium door and build it into the oak frame. The oak frame will sit on the outside of the slab and the cladding will go down there. So I've allowed for that in our 3 square meter rules of maximum dimensions. So I've allowed for the counterbattens on the outside and then the cladding, and brought in the slab to account for that. A couple of other things. This door here, again, will have a double glazed oak door here. I'm going to set it back. Remember, these walls are about 400mm, 500mm thick. So I'm actually going to set it nearer the inside of the reveal. That means that when the door opens, and it's a slightly narrower door, it will still go beyond 90, but it means that when it opens, if I did want 2 inward opening doors, they don't collide, and keeps things quite free in here. That's the benefit with toying with, of going with a sliding door, but they're expensive to get an aluminium door, plus I've already got these oak doors here, so we'll have to wait and see on that one. So here's a couple of SketchUp designs which I've been working on. You can see basically what I've explained. As far as the roof, we're going to come across with that flat roof as planned, but within that I'm going to put a roof light. A roof lantern would have protruded from the roof a bit too much because I haven't got a high kind of parapet at the front here. I don't really want to see it. And the discreet way to do it is just a flat version. So I'm going to do that, quite a large aperture in this roof, just to make sure we get plenty of light into the kitchen. There is a minimum of 150mm on the upstand, so it will protrude from the roof line slightly, but by the time you've got the small overhang over the door at the front, from an eye level perspective, I don't think you're going to see it too much. And that was what we decided to go for. Last week, Dad and I sorted out some of the plumbing. There was a real issue with the cast iron stack. Couple of things really, but I'll explain them all in that video. Cracked clay down the bottom. The cast iron was far too close to the wall to get a good flashing and seal around it when it penetrates through the flat roof. Plus there's two 40mm or a cast iron pipe, downpipe, and a 40mm pipe there that we want to take into the stack before it comes through the roof. So we've only got one penetration through the EPDM. But that's solved now, so that's one more thing done. And then we started on the groundworks. But again, I'll wrap it all up in individual videos, so hopefully you can see the progress through as we go. These are the more than this anyway. Whoa. The oak is here, the insulation's here, the OSB. I've got pretty much everything on site, so we are pretty much raring to go, and hopefully it'll be a bit of a warm-up ready for the workshop build. By getting some of this timber framing started. If you've got any comments, stick them down below, because I'm not too far into this project that I can't change plans if anyone's got any great suggestions. But there we go, keeping busy, and hopefully the sun will be out tomorrow as well, because I need to get this concrete slab poured in here, and then we'll be one step closer to some man glitter. But that's the plan for the mini oak frame build. If you want to make sure you don't miss any of these videos, then do make sure you subscribe and click the little bell symbol, and that will give you a notification each and every time we upload a video. But that's it. Thanks for watching. Remember, if you can, do it yourself, and we'll see you next time. We'll see you next time.